Hello everybody, welcome back to more Katamari Damacy REROLL. Alright, so let's get right back into the action. I think we have Make the Moon. I believe that is the last level, so let's get to it. I think it takes quite a while to get through, so... Esperanto, wow. Once again, I haven't gotten any of the presents. I'll probably go back and do that, but I'll save you the trouble of having to watch me try to roll around trying to figure out where all the presents are. So, start at 1 meter and roll around the world. And the goal is to make the moon and need to get to 300 meters. That is quite a goal. I remember the first time I played, it took me quite a few times. This was back on the PlayStation 2. So, 25 minutes. I'm not sure if I can do it in 25 minutes. I think to get to that size, you have to be really careful about what you roll up, if I remember. Gotta just be careful about what you do. So, we'll try to do it, and let's see how it goes. Alrighty. Alright, time to get moving. Alright, so we want a nice Katamari, so I know I'm saying I'm low on time, but I'm trying to tread around carefully because I think if you accidentally fall down, you lose the ability to get some of the stuff until much later. So we want to gather as much as possible. And let's go down here. Alright. I think you can roll up pretty much. You have things to roll up everywhere you go, so it's not like you'll ever get stuck. The trouble is to roll up enough items and get a big enough size so when you go into a newer area, you have a decent amount of size so you can keep on going and not worry about having too many things that are too large. You know, I'm not going to worry too much about the things that I lose, but we'll try our best to roll up as many of these little things as possible. And sometimes you just get run over by cars or other monsters, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And there's elephants rolling around in the streets. Who would have ever thought that was going to be allowed? I didn't really think I'd be able to pick up that signpost just yet. I mean, it was visibly taller than me. Let's go over here. Of course, there are two schools of thought here regarding what you should be picking up, because on one hand, like, you can pick up these bigger things and start building up your Katamari size significantly quickly. On the other hand, you lose the ability to pick up these smaller things if you get to be significantly bigger, because say if there's say if there's some food on a plate and you can pick up the food but not the plate, then you can roll onto the plate and pick up the food. But if you pick up more stuff and then come back to the plate of food, you'll end up with picking up the whole plate instead of the plate plus the food. And I believe, now somebody can correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe you actually get a size reduction because the food items individually early on plus the plate later on counts for more than the individual plate plus all the food combined. So that's why I'm trying to go around carefully and pick up as many of these small things as possible without encroaching on the space for things that are too large, because once I am able to pick up bigger things, these smaller things become, well, yeah, one, they become less useful because they don't increase your size nearly as much, but two, I don't know if they actually count as picked up items. Oh man, well, that elephant sure did a number on me. And it's just going to keep on roaming around the streets. It's not going to change. It'll just keep on going as if nothing's happening. And I'm going to do my best to... Well, can't roll up any of this stuff yet. But I can roll up some people, so... we're getting to 3 meters. So, yeah, really small. And I've already spent quite a few minutes, so... I really am not sure if... oh, that's great. I picked up something off the back of that. But you can see I'm losing some of the stuff that I've already previously gathered. I'm not sure what the best place to go is at 3 meters, but oh no, the fact that I can pick up vending machines is good. Eventually, alright, so definitely bigger things. Probably not those trees yet. Nope. Whoops. So I didn't exactly want to leave that area just yet, because if you leave, so you sit here and collect the fish, and go up and grab this person, all these little cows, all these fence posts, that'll give us a pretty good size boost, but sometimes a size boost isn't necessarily the best thing either, because you actually want to get to be it's actually wise to figure out where are the places that you can only get to, little nooks and crannies and crevices that are only available when you are smaller. There's going to be things that I won't be able to see or get to once I am bigger. And let's see if I can actually get in here. I'm hoping I am, and I am, so I can actually go in here. And of course there's things I can pick up here. If you have been watching all of my videos, you'll see that this is an area that is quite popular in this game, because it is just like a separate park, but it's got a bunch of things that can help you grow, and once you get big enough you can just roll right out of it. But what's good about this park is you can build up a decent amount of size without having to worry too much, and then as I said, you can just, oops, well, it looks like I can't get out that way. But okay, let's pick up that crocodile. Let's go back into town, and notice I'm still trying to not roll using any assistive device like that. Assistive using the charge roll, not because I don't want to, but because I'm just trying to figure out if I can actually beat these levels without having to go through that, and that would be a pretty good indicator if I can actually do it, not have to worry about it. Oh, when we can pick up cows, we go back to this little starting area. And pick up some cows and people and fish. Is that a house resting on a rock? I've never seen that before, or never paid enough attention, I guess. Which is pretty exciting. Ooh, well, I'm picking up some larger animals. And so maybe the elephant we can actually take. Nope, not yet. Alright, we're at 7 centimeters. We can pick up some fence posts. Still really early to be going in here. Oh boy. Well, looks like I lost a few things compared to what I actually picked up. Well, it's a 3 meter and up zone, so let's go up there. So of course when you go up, you're gonna have more obstacles, more collisions, but also more chance to pick up bigger items and actually grow in size. Let's see if we can get ourselves back in there. Kind of roll along the ground, pick up some cars. I'm also paying attention to this 10 meters business. Remember, if you watched my other videos, you'll remember that the Polaris challenge is a 10 meter exact start, which is really tough when you are not shown the actual dimensions. So we already went past 10, so I have a general idea of how big I need to be to say that 10 meters is what it is, but I'll probably play a few times on my own and try to get that challenge, because I did manage to do it before. It took me quite a few tries, just luck really, because oops, well, can't pick up those yet. None of those. Becomes kind of hard to see at times, and it's just a blind roll, and then it's like losing things left and right and getting stuck, and you really get frustrated because you don't want to get stuck, because getting stuck means oh my goodness, getting stuck means you lose things. This is perhaps just not my day. What is hitting me that is knocking me over? I have no idea. Alright, so I think these are all too big for me. Well, not those cows or moose. Of course, I find that things that have large dimensions often will help you the most, but they also may cause the most detriment, because alright, so those mushrooms are good. 12 meters. I don't know if I can actually get anywhere near 300 on this run, because I've already spent about 10 minutes out of the allotted 25, and there's a 12 and up zone, so let's go over there. And of course, even though just because an area says it is okay for you to go, it does not mean at all any time that is the best place for you to go, because if you build up more of a size advantage in a previous zone before you head into the new one, you can get a lot more. Like, I can't pick up most of these ships, or I guess I could pick up the little ones, and hopefully by the time I'm done with the little ones I can pick up the big ones. Nope, definitely not. Those big ones are way too large, and of course if they run into me, I lose instead of gain. Uh-oh. Oh no. Alright, got stuck in that area. That's not cool. Let's go pick up some of these. Hopefully nope. See, that's what I'm talking about, is you end up struggling a bit. So that was a size upgrade. I'm gonna pick up those swordfish, these anchors and blocks. Oh, okay. So these sometimes these oddly shaped geometric figures really mess with you. It's good to pick up a few in a row so that they sort of even each other out. Otherwise, getting stuck with like a couple of big things sticking out of your Katamari, it helps, but also when it's like on stilts and you have less surface area contact as you're rolling. I know I've been talking a lot this episode, but because I figured it might be the last video that I make perhaps it's good to make some conclusions and draw some and some end of the let's play thoughts and such. I mean, it might not be my last video. I don't know. Yeah, stuff like this, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, stadium. If you come in later, after you're even bigger, you just pick up the whole stadium as one go. You don't necessarily pick up the individual pieces on the inside. What I do enjoy is the fact that it is a rather long level. Like, they give you enough time to worry about making your moon and sort of grow your Katamari. You don't have to feel like you're really rushing. When you're rolling up buildings like this size, it's just grossly satisfying. That's one of the great things about playing this game is I'm not really feeling like I'm in a rush. I also don't really care if I don't beat the particular level. I can just come back and play again. I certainly don't mind that at all. Back in the town that I started, and of course you can start rolling up way bigger things, and you can see the size kind of growing really quickly. And those windmills are still too large, but most of the buildings are within range in terms of size, so we can go through and do that. And then as you get bigger, you start seeing more things, you start seeing a bigger perspective, and then eventually you can come out to the ocean and start picking up boulders and rocks. I'm just showing, oops, no, I guess that's like hitting the iceberg, because I thought I could just pick up those rocks, but the game is telling me I still can't. Let's move forward a bit. It's like you get a few things, you lose a few things. Who knows if I'm gaining or losing here? But then when you come across these things where you're gaining a bunch all at once, you for sure are gaining. And it's like pretty cool to be walking on buildings, because that's literally what's happening, right? As big as 591 of these Noguchi residences, 60 meters, and what's the time? 10 minutes to go. Okay, so we've used 15. We're now up to... Alright, so, back to the stadium. Right, so... I picked up that scoreboard, and it's really oddly shaped. But you can kind of use it like that, as a stilt. And sort of get you up onto an area that otherwise might have a step. That seems like it's a little too big. Of course, you can see there are buildings that are still not within range, but these gigantic octopuses are already okay. And there's some octopuses on the ship driving by, so I can pick them up off of there. This is 60 meters and up, so let's start heading that way. Hopefully pick up enough things to sort of grow the Katamari. Once again, you see some of the trees down there aren't getting picked up because, not because I'm not the right size, but because I'm not quite the. I was on stilts, and it just really didn't want me to. It only counts if. Okay, I'm kind of stuck a little bit, which is whatever. Like I said before. This game is just so grossly satisfying just to do what you're doing. Even if I don't beat it, who cares? I'll just come back and play again. It's so relaxing and fun just to roll up large buildings and cause havoc. That person is too big? Nope. That's a giant super person, jumbo marine man. You see I can pick up these tsunami islands, so let's pick up. No, there's still too many that I can't. Oops. I try to do the charge roll. On these larger areas where there's a step, you can try to roll over. or you can just bypass them. I mean, it's like all the steps. They're once they're big enough for you to roll across, you're big enough, and you can just do whatever you want. But before that, you can't really do that. All right. I think I saw Godzilla off in the distance, or something resembling a walking dinosaur in the water. Wouldn't really surprise me if there is a Godzilla. Ooh, we can pick up these big buildings now. Or some of the big buildings, at least these ones that are swinging. So we can use those other ones as stilts once again. Pick up some more. Yeah, that thing over there, what is that? Is that Godzilla? Or just some kind of a sea monster? It's not Godzilla. It looks too different. Alright, let's go back to, once again, the place where we started. And pick up a few more things that we weren't able to pick up before. Things that caused us trouble before. Some jumbo marine men. Oh, come on. Some jumbo marine men. I think technically you can pick up, oops, pretty much everything on the map eventually, right, when you get big enough. Let's see if I can, nope. So those bridges are still off limits, but these buildings shouldn't be. But that Anchor Island, so some islands are now okay to pick up. And you see the perspective changing, so you can sort of imagine those things floating up in the sky will eventually be available as well. Question is, can I grow from 181 to 300 in about 5 minutes? And not if I try to tackle those gigantic buildings that look like they're in Dubai. Alright, so let's not worry about going there. Let's go up through, because I can just go on my own now. I have high hopes for myself here. I think that's 200. As big as the toll bridge. Yep, that's 200. Still just a preschooler. Now, the King of the Cosmos is not a very kind father, as if you haven't noticed. Oh, that's a floating dock type thing, and I'm just not big enough to get up there. At least not easily. Oh, you see, here's another stadium. I'm picking up most of the surrounding islands as well, which is fantastic. I think I have a very good chance. Let's pick up those airplanes. A pretty good chance, I think, of actually making this goal, because the Katamari is growing at a pretty good clip right now. We picked up a castle. Let's pick up this octopus. Oh, still can't. So that octopus is bigger than the castle. But let's start heading off. We should be able to pick up little whirlpools, which are kind of neat looking, as you see the bottoms. Of course, they're not realistic. This building? No, this building is still not cool. But as I'm rolling around this big island, there are smaller islands that are rock formations that are coming up. And, you now know we can... What was it? Airplane? Oh well. Not a big deal. We'll just roll around and pick up some stuff now. That looks like a Zelda level, right? Like a dungeon. The Onai Rock. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Oni Island. I believe that means monster or demon or something like that. Alright, so that octopus is no longer too big. That building might still be, but a lot of these boats are not. And you can see that the more things you pick up, clearly... Oh, I finished. So, 300, and I have about 2 minutes left, so we'll just walk around and sort of slowly roll up the rest as much as we can. Now, being at 300, pretty much you're going around and rolling up islands, the parts of there's clouds, there's like a Japanese tower, or Tokyo Tower, sorry, and clouds you can start building up really quickly. I actually think I'm not gonna get... Oh, come on. I all of a sudden remembered that in order to unlock the endless levels, I think I have to get this Katamari to a certain size, and if I remember correctly, it was about 800, and I'm not sure if I can actually get to 800, because I wasn't really trying all that hard. And I think 800 is tough because you start running out of land masses and things to pick up. But nonetheless, you can play this level and replay this level. Let's pick up some big things like the whirlpool, rainbow, this tornado, rain clouds, giant mushrooms on the edge of the ocean. Anyway, it's not a... Yeah, I don't think I'll get to 800. It's been a long time since I tried to go for this challenge. Let's see what happens just by ending this the way it is. I don't understand why the screen turns so white. 750. Alright, let's see what happens. So 750. We've forgotten what it is like to be thrilled. So at least the very unkind King of the Cosmos has given a compliment. When it gets this big, it's hard to tell what you have the most of. Earth really does have a lot of things. Most plants in the industry and the nature release the moon into the sky. Doesn't exactly look like a moon. We're exhausted. Sky is done. The sky is complete. Phew. We are tired. Rolling a Katamari is very hard. Right, Prince? Wasn't it hard, wasn't it? Well, it was hard for us as well. To watch it from the cosmos was very hard. So boring. Half asleep we were. We can finally go home, finally sleep in bed. Today will be a party day, especially since the prince is finally 2 centimeters tall. We must celebrate. Mother, we need cake. Prince of Uji, King of Usama, Queen of Uhi. I don't know what they are. Yeah, this music is pretty wild, pretty crazy. You'll probably hear my keyboard is very loud. I'm taking a couple of screenshots. Right, for completionists, this game does take a bit longer. It's taken me about 5 hours to complete. Just a single player run through. Of course, some of the levels could have been done a bit quicker when I try to be aggressive. There's just those two. Oh yeah, here's the credits, and you get to roll around. I think you can roll up the countries of the world, which is kind of neat. I wish this is actually a real a game level. Of course, it's very simply done. There's not much to it. There's no challenge. It's just relaxing and roll up bunch of little island countries, small countries, and then you can start rolling up the big ones, and then they start falling in place. Of course, we were rolling around the world. I know I'm gonna miss some. Well, so much for making the moon, right? Because now we're getting rid of Earth in a really destructive manner. There are those can't roll up the US yet, but on these smaller countries. Oh, well, when we rolled up Chile there, Chile, I'm sure, yeah. So the continental nations are no longer a oh, come on. I'm gonna miss some the small island nations, but let's go take up some. Oh, Russia is still off limits, so let's go across the Indian Ocean. Oh, we can already do Antarctica, so I think Russia is no longer a country that's too large. India, looks like Nepal. There's some missing still, but we pretty much rolled up all the... I hope this is not tied to one of the achievements. I really... I mean, it is... it's casual, but I really don't want to have to come back and try to roll up... what's going on? I thought I saw something there. I really just don't want to have to come back and try to roll up a bunch of little islands. What was that? I don't know what that was. Some more? I don't know how many are on this map. I really don't. There might be some there. Maybe not. I can't even tell what anymore. Of course I'm rolling backward because it's about the only way I can actually see what I'm doing. Well, the world is getting smaller, so well, that looks like that might be something. Am I gonna get a chance at it? Nothing got rolled up, so I'm not sure. Anyway, so that is it. I think after San Marino I haven't been able to get any more. I'm just rolling around blindly now because it's no longer visible. Is it gonna tell me? Fan. The end. 194. Okay, well, I think, you know, we've unlocked all the constellations, so that is Polaris, and so it tells you, oh, Nope, it just tells you what you've done. You see there's a lot of constellations that I haven't gotten that much of, right? So the cow, the Taurus, it's just one cow. Well, most of these constellations, it tells you how many items are in that level and whether or not you can get 100%, or rather what 100% or how far from 100% you are. Here's the collection of different things. So look at the size chart. Are these items? The largest objects. So vegetables 90%, fruit 89. So you can see we found all the sound items. And you get a little crown. But really, if you really want to completely complete this game, it just takes a lot of time and re-rolling, which is fine because it is kind of fun. I mean, not just kind of fun, it is just a really neat and casual and fun game. So, yeah. Oh, let's see if we unlocked... Make the moon. Make a star. Wait. What is this? To ending. Oh, wait. I forget you can go to the ending. I think some of these unlock as endless levels, if I remember correctly. I don't really remember. Maybe I need to actually make a star or make the moon a bigger size to get to the endless levels. Nonetheless, I think this will be my last video for this wonderful game. I hope you have enjoyed playing along with me, or at least watching some of my videos, if not all. And I will be playing this for a long time yet to come, because it is one of my favorite games. I think it is just so nice and fun. Once again, the casually rolling up of people, and then trees, and then buildings, and stadiums, and then islands, clouds in the final level is just so grossly satisfying that I really feel that as a de-stressing mechanism, coming to this game is a great way to go about it. And now I get to do it in full HD, and I'm playing on a 4K screen, and everything looks really fantastic. So I'm glad that I have this now on Steam, and I look forward to keep on playing in the future. Now, if somebody wants to request another Katamari video in the future, feel free to do so. I will play and record for you, and anybody have any questions about what to do. I think I pretty much explained everything in the beginning of this video when I was rolling around the world as a 1 meter Katamari, trying to slowly grow it in order to get bigger. I think with the way that this I don't know why 800 meters stood out in my mind, in my memory, but I do think that the way that I started this particular run, if I had a little bit more time or sped up the Katamari a bit throughout the run, I would have had enough islands and clouds and such to actually get to 800. So probably I'll try to do that sometime on my own, just to see if that would unlock the endless levels, because for some reason that is what I remember. And we'll leave our little prince alone. I'll probably try to get some of the presents on my own as well. But all is good in this world with the stars and the moon restored. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Alright, bye-bye.